You can see they're not always the sweetest guys, and also, I don't know if you can see those big old claws. They mean business. She is 35 years old, which is kind of crazy. This is Cucumber. She is our Burmese python here at the Reptile Zoo. She was a donation. We've had her for about 4 months. She is enormous. This girl, I don't know if you can like really tell like a size variation between me and her. She is crazy. Look at my hand. I have like not very small hands. She's huge. She's about 25 years old, which is pretty old for a Burmese python. So this beautiful ball python was donated by a family. Their kid went to college. A lot of people don't notice or realize that 30 years, 25 years is a long time. So they bought him when he was a little kid, and they're like, great, you can go take him to college with you. And the kid's like, let's do it. And then obviously they're like, I can't actually take an animal to college. So they come back, give it to the Reptile Zoo, and then now we have it here on display, which is cool. Okay. So we've got another rescue here. We've got our red iguana. This guy, he's super sweet, and then he's really mean. So he's kind of all over the place, but a lot of people will buy little baby iguanas because they're so tiny, they're so cute, it's whatever. Their little nails don't hurt that bad, or if they like whip you, you're like, oh, cute, whatever it is. But then they keep on growing and they keep on getting bigger, and they're a lot to maintain. I mean, these guys, take a lot of work. They probably take a good like 30 minutes to an hour a day of just holding and socializing to be able to keep them nice and sweet. So he was donated to us, which is super awesome. We've got a whole volunteer program where people come in, give them little scratches, little loves, that keeps them nice and socialized while we're giving them bananas and feeding them. So we're happy to have this guy here at the Reptile Zoo. So this is our big, beautiful, beautiful female red-tailed boa. She's all wrapped in her bowl, so I figured I would just keep her in there. I just literally took her right out of her enclosure. She's pretty large, so you can see the size of her like midsection to my arm. She's a good female. She's probably about 10 feet long or so. She was a rescue. We got her about 2 years ago. Something that's really awesome is we got a litter from her last year. So she's super stoked here at the Reptile Zoo. She eats well, she's happy, she likes to breed. She's good, she's happy. We're stoked to have her. So this guy here, the snapping turtle, is a donation. So this is actually one that we got from animal control. We have the correct permitting for them, so we're able to house them in our facility. But we get alligator snappers and common snapping turtles, but we get all kinds of different stuff. He's kind of crazy though. This is the big female Burmese python that we got a little over a month ago. She is 35 years old, which is kind of crazy that its owner had it since it was a baby, got him in the 90s. But she's so old, she actually has arthritis. You can see it in the curvature of her spine right here. She's a pretty old snake. So it's a lot to take care of, a lot to maintain. So we're happy to have her here at the Reptile Zoo to be able to be gentle with her, feed her, keep her happy, keep her healthy. This is her enclosure here. But you can see the way she moves that she's not a youngin', but that's okay. So this here is a green tree monitor. It's actually a donation we got in just earlier today. So someone that had donated that, they're a lot of work. These guys are not the easiest to take care of. You can see they're not always the sweetest guys, and also, I don't know if you can see those big old claws. They mean business, basically. So we are taking them in here at the Reptile Zoo. We've got an enclosure that has another green tree monitor that we can put them in with, and might even breed, we'll see. So this is one of our black and white Tegus, but it's actually a donation. We got him maybe about 6 months ago. You might look at him initially and be like, why would somebody give something like that up? One, this was a hard surrender for the lady who was donating her, and she wanted to make sure he's coming to a good home, so brought him to us. But he got really big. He's a lot to handle, he's a lot to move around. There's so many different aspects. This is a really sweet one. They're not always usually this docile when interacting with them. We got a couple Tegus just the other day that maybe half the size, that are crazy. They're all over the place. People buy them as little babies and they get so excited because they're cute, and it's like, oh, fun, I get to like tame them down, but don't really realize that's actually their whole life. They have a lot of aggression if you aren't able to take care of them properly for even just like a month span. They totally will regress in being docile, and they'll definitely have a lot more tendencies to need to create dominance in their enclosure and all of the above. This guy, he does have a little bit, sometimes when Tegus get older, their mouths go like wide like that, but we're helping. Sometimes we have to help him eat a little bit because he's not the best eater, but we're happy to be able to do that. We're stoked to be able to have a facility like what we have, to be able to take in animals of all different shapes and sizes and all the above, but we're stoked to have this little guy here.